good to see you.
Thanks, Lou. It's really great to be here. It's a big day for all of us here at Nothing. Our baby is finally out in the wild.
I've been taking a look at it. It's really cool. It's a very impressive design. I'm curious, where did the idea for the product come from? But what about also the idea for Nothing as a company?
Yeah, I think we gotta go back a little bit. You know, as a kid, I was the biggest tech fan. I would buy all the latest gadgets and keep refreshing the website to see if it's been delivered yet. And every time I unboxed a product, it was almost like magic. But lately, I just haven't been too passionate about the products on the market, and I think it's time for a change, and something should be done about the situation.
Yeah, there's certainly something happening in the space where many items feel quite similar. What do you think specifically is broken within the experience of purchasing, unboxing, and owning tech products now?
I think there's a couple of things. There's so many products on the market, and new products come out all the time. Sometimes when companies build products, I'm not sure that the consumer's needs are always in mind. Sometimes it feels like features are just there to be there for marketing purposes. And also products are looking more and more similar. So the industry has changed, and hopefully we can be a part of fixing some of these things.
Now, anytime that you aim to do something different or special or unique, there's obviously risk involved, because if something is working in the space and what people are buying from other brands, even if it happens to look similar, if that's already successful, then it could be a safer bet. In your case, making the decision to go with something different, how do you approach risk, and how do you make decisions about where and how to be different?
Yeah, it was definitely not a straight path. I started talking to some friends and starting talking to other tech entrepreneurs, and I found out that other people also had similar thoughts on the industry. And after a while, some of our initial investors came on, for instance, Casey Neistat or Tony Fadell, and it just kind of rolled on from there. Google Ventures also came in, and when that happened, things got really serious.
Right. So people started to get attached to the project, and I guess at that point it got real for you. Like, oh, we have something here.
Yeah, for sure. It was a testament that we were kind of on the right path. That money that we raised initially helped us set our London headquarters up, and throughout this process, I've had the fortune of working with some of the best engineers and designers I've ever worked with.
You guys teamed up with Teenage Engineering, who I was familiar with in the audio product space because I had messed around in the past with the OP1 product, and right from the jump, having interacted with their products, recognized that they sort of represented something different. So I'm curious, well, first of all, how that partnership came together, and then also what Teenage Engineering is going to bring to your project at Nothing.
Yeah, I spent a few weeks back in Stockholm, Sweden. It's where I grew up. It was a mutual friend that introduced me to the Teenage Engineering team, and I said, I have these ideas, and we started bouncing ideas with Jesper, their founder, and we quickly came to an agreement that we should be doing something together. They coming in with their unique point of view on design, and me and my team coming in with our background in scaling hardware. But when we started Nothing, we didn't talk about products first. We first sat down to figure out the design vision. We looked at a lot of different fields, like everything from fashion to architecture to even furniture, and then we designed our kind of design world. So in the future, once we have more products on the market and we put everything on a table, I think that's when you're really going to see our kind of design vision come to life.
Certainly when you're talking about wearables, and maybe even earbuds more than other wearables, it's this combination of function and style, because it's a thing that you choose to wear. It's a very intimate relationship. It's exposed. It's not in your pocket, but it's on your body. So it's certainly a huge factor. But ultimately the product has to work. It has to have features that people want. It has to be reliable. It has to be a substitute for the other products that are over there on the market. So from a functionality standpoint, what are we looking at?
For us, form always follows function. So as an example of that, on our case, we have a dip. And a dip is pretty cool and it's interesting. You can put your finger there and spin it in your hand. But it also has a function, which is that it holds the two earbuds down. So it's a really tight fit. And if you look at the sides of our earbuds, like the right one, it has I don't know if you can see it, but it has a red dot. And usually in sound, red means right. So we don't do things just to make it pretty, although our products have to be pretty. Everything needs to serve a function. And on top of that, just talking about transparent design in general, it's such a huge challenge for the engineering team because not only does the product have to look good, but the insides also have to look good. So your engineers cannot be lazy at all.
So what other features, headphone-specific features, were important to include with the Ear One?
Personally, I don't believe in a product definition that's strong in one thing and average or subpar on everything else. For us, a great product is the sum of the end-to-end experience. Like every part of the experience has to be good. All of our teams, be it engineering, be it software, be it marketing, needs to follow a coherent vision.
You're kicking it off with an audio product here for nothing, but I'm curious as to whether or not nothing is going to be exclusively an audio brand, or what categories of products we're going to see from Nothing in the future.
We're definitely not going to become an audio brand. I think audio is a great place to start. It's a place where we can bring a new and fresh take on design. It's the wireless audio space is a super fast-growing piece of the market. So we just figured it's a great place to start, but there's a lot more coming.
Okay, so you've got something here called a seamless digital future. That's the terminology to represent what you've got coming in the pipeline. What exactly does that mean?
Yeah, Silu, we have so much technology all around us, but the problem is that most of it is just acting in silos. So a seamless digital future is when all the technology around you is so well connected and so integrated that it doesn't feel like a burden anymore. It kind of fades back into the background and it becomes a feeling of nothing.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm starting to get some kind of indication as to the origin story of the naming, because it's this idea of your products kind of blending in where they're not, they're serving you instead of you having to conform to the product. The product conforms to you.
Exactly. That's our hope for the future. I think we need to get there step by step and make each product along the way individually, do them justice, but also have them work really well together as a whole.
All right, this all sounds very good, Carl, and you know me, I'm a tech enthusiast, and I'm always rooting for the new and innovative. I love seeing brands out here doing things differently. It makes my job more exciting. So I'm happy to see that there's a new player in the game. I can't wait to see what's in the future as far as all that variety of product categories.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on today, and I can't wait to hear what you think about our product, the Ear One.
All right, you got it. Casey, how you doing?
Lou, it's a pleasure, and this is the first time I've ever been on your channel. This is an honor. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. It's crazy in this game how you can kind of pass by and know about people. Obviously, I've watched your stuff, and yet this has never happened, so this is cool.
I think it took an extraordinary set of circumstances to bring me here.
Let's talk about that a little bit. We have a pretty interesting product here. I finally have my hands on it. I know you do too. This is the first product from a new company called Nothing. And you're involved. Do you care to explain?
Yeah, so I'm an early investor, which I'm excited about. I don't get to say that a lot, especially in a company that I think is going to be as huge as Nothing is going to be. But mostly I'm just I'm a big believer and a big fan of Carl, his thinking, the way he looks at the world. and it was his outlook that I think got me the most excited about wanting to be as involved in nothing as I could possibly be.
You knew Carl from some point in the past, and you guys had just sort of remained in touch. Is that sort of how it went down?
Yeah, I mean, we've always had these open conversations about marketing and how we look at sort of the creator economy, and you know, there's so much overlap with what he does in this world and what I do, and we've always maintained a very positive, open relationship around that. And I got a text from him, I don't remember how long ago, but it was a long time ago, and he said, we got to jump on the phone. And we got on the phone and he said, I'm doing something new. And I was like, I don't care what it is, I want to be a part of it. And that something new was nothing.
That something was nothing. I just noticed something with this product, since it is my first time handling it. Just some initial impressions here. There's this little, did you notice this little nub in the center? I'm twirling it as I speak to you here. This is like a extra feature. This is a fidget spinner as well.
Well, you know, I think it's funny. Look, I'm doing the same thing, but I think that is one of the things that makes the Ear One, but that's also one of the things that I imagine is going to make nothing really stand out in what is a very crowded market, is that it feels like these were designed and built by a human being, not by a robot.
Yeah, it's meant to be held. There's obviously an aesthetic here. Like, this is not something we've seen, I don't think, before. This transparency idea of sort of showcasing the internal components of a technology product for those that might appreciate such things. How do you feel about the idea of showcasing the inside on the outside?
Everybody today carries a set of wireless headphones. Everybody carries a mobile device, and they've all sort of arrived at a place where they sort of look the same. And I think what Nothing's doing with this transparency, this being able to look through the outside and see what these things are made of, is they're sort of sticking a stake in the ground saying, no, let's not forget what this really is. Let's not forget to show off what went into this, the thinking behind this, that people made decisions to make this look the way it looked and to make this function the way it functions. When these first showed up by guys in black suits with machine guns in a locked briefcase that was handcuffed to their wrists, and they opened it up and they showed it to me, like, I did this, and I just wanted to understand. And I took it out, and then I went to my wife and I was like, Candace, look at this. And like, it's a kind of intrigue that I haven't really had about a new piece of consumer electronics in a really long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly distinctive, and like yourself, I've looked at about 1 billion sets of wireless earbuds, and it's a lot of stuff that looks like some other stuff. It's this one piece of technology that you actually wear on the outside of your body, like it's not in your pocket. I mean, you have such a limited set of wearables that are on you or with you on a regular basis. And so the style component, the distinctiveness, or sort of being able to express any kind of message on the outside of your body is limited to this set of technology items, and maybe on your wrist and maybe in your ear. And up until now, it's kind of been difficult to be expressive with that when everything looks identical that's on the market.
I've seen 100 pair of truly wireless earbuds. I've seen 100 pair of headphones. I've seen 1,000 phones. How are you going to stand out in that market? Like, what is left? And then these showed up, and I looked at them and I was like, oh, okay, that's how you're going to stand out.
Yeah, and they, of course, there's a relationship here between Nothing and Teenage Engineering. And I was familiar with Teenage Engineering previously with their audio products. And when I had heard that there was a partnership there, I kind of knew we were going to see something different, because their stuff in that space is completely unique. It was like, oh, this is imaginative and distinctive, the same idea that you could spot it and say, okay, that is something different. So I was already optimistic, but now seeing the product, it's certainly not something that you're going to mistake for something else.
That's right. That overt design language, that even one product out of the gates distinguishes it from a very crowded market. There's something there that can't be overemphasized. And I think that You know, Teenage Engineering, I've been a fan of theirs forever, and I don't use audio products. I don't use any of their products, but I follow them on Instagram because there's such an extraordinary beauty to everything that they're making. To take that kind of thinking, that ideological approach to making technology and to apply it to what Nothing is building, I think is extraordinary. And the Ear Ones, I think, are the first sort of foray, the first exposure we're having to what that could yield.
As far as investing in tech companies, is this something that you've done frequently, or is this sort of a new experience for you?
You know, after the experience of selling my tech company, I decided that to what degree I can, I would love to be on the other side of that table. I would love to hear people's ideas and what they want to do. I'd love to get to know people. I mean, I'm a tiny, tiny Lego in the monster that he is building, especially when you think about, like, you know, GV, Google Ventures, and some of the other investors that are have stepped up for Nothing. I'm like the smallest man on the totem pole, but even so, Carl is the kind of person I imagine myself saying, this is someone I believe in, this is an idea that I believe the world needs, and I think he is the right person to lead this mission. And that was what was so much of what was behind my decision to invest in what he was doing. You know, I hope that by working with creators like you and me, that Nothing finds enough value in what we're able to bring to the table, that you and I can actually impart some of what we know and some of our experience into what they're building in a way that helps them be more successful than they'd be otherwise. Because I want them to succeed, and I don't just want them to succeed because I'm an investor. I want them to succeed because I think this space has gotten kind of boring. And it's been a long time since somebody came along and said, I want to shake this space up. And that is just so exciting for me. In any way I can help promote that is something I want to be a part of.
That's a similar note for me. I sit at this desk a lot, and I look at a lot of things. And any time that job can be a little bit different or a little bit more exciting, or I can be surprised to see something that isn't like everything else, well, that makes sitting here that much better. So I'm with you. I'm on the same page there.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, Lou.
Yeah, you got it. Thanks for stopping by.
Talk to you soon.
All right, so here it is, the world exclusive first look and unboxing of the new Ear One from Nothing. This is your retail packaging right here. We're still early, so the application is under construction, though I will give you a glimpse of that as well. But this is the experience you'll have if you pick up the device yourself. So you can tell you have this kind of Teenage Engineering inspired design on the outside of the packaging, this sort of dot matrix inspired lettering on the side. Of course, the transparency is evident as well. We have some specifications on the earbuds, including a 570 milliamp hour battery on the inside, and headquarters there listed in London with the same styling as the lettering on the earbud itself. Ooh, it looks even better with the plastic off. There's a pull tab here. Interesting packaging. Whoa. Whoa. All right. So right away, you're having a different experience here. Pop this piece off. Oh, and then you slide out the silver box on the inside. See, I was curious about that, because for the giveaway units, which I want to remind you of right now, of course, the giveaway video went out. You have a chance to win one of 50 pairs of the Nothing Ear One on the channel. Go check that video if you haven't yet. So here is the charge case, and you notice immediately this nub in the center, which turns into a nice place to grip, and also kind of something that you might enjoy twirling. I'm not sure if that was the intention, but inevitably it's what you'll end up doing as you hold on to the case. There's a little sticker there. Now this lifts up like so and closes back down. So the transparency is not strictly about the earbuds, but it's also carried through in the case. They attempted to make as many transparent elements as possible. And then you can even see exposed magnets here, like right here, that keeps it closed. There's an LED light indicator right over here. Ear case in that dot matrix font. And then magnets as well on the back side of where the earbud fits. So that's going to keep it in the right location and ensure that it's charging. And you can see the contact points on the inside of the earbud right here. This is a glossy white portion. There's a glossy black portion just behind there, and then of course your transparent component on the stem, which lets us see through to some of the internals. You can distinguish each one as well by the color on the side of the earbud. So this is important for when putting them in your ears. You have a red dot here and you have a white dot here. But also when you go to pop them in the case, you can see which one goes into each location quickly because of the color. So red, pretty simple, and then white goes over there like that. Now also in the package, we do have some extras. So this is a Type-C cable, but I like how the branding went through on the internal box also. This is a little bit better than average type of cable, and it's also transparent. Just realized it. So it's braided underneath the transparency, and that's a beefy connector there on the end. So that's just going to plug into here like this, and then you're going to go ahead and charge up the headphones, quick charge the headphones. You've also got some extra earplugs. So these are the tips. They are interchangeable, which is something you typically see on a set of premium wireless in-ear headphones or earbuds. Inside the package here we have small and large. That means that the medium is already installed, but this is just going to help you get the right fit for yourself. And the fit is key when it comes to any earbud, because it allows you to actually get the best performance as well as you get a better seal in your specific ear canal. Some people even like to use a medium in one ear canal and like a large in the other. Believe it or not, some people don't have the same size thing. And last up inside the package, we have some paperwork. Nothing Ear 1, quick start guide, connect, enable Bluetooth on your device, and use the Ear 1 app to access all features. And then go ahead and enjoy the Ear 1 while you're at it. Controls are listed here as well. Double tap to play pause, triple tap to the next track, tap and hold to switch between noise cancellation on, transparency and noise cancellation off. Volume up and down is by sliding on the stem, and then there's even more options inside the application. So these are the types of features you would love to see on any earbud you might be interested in. Noise canceling and transparency are in there. This is warranty information over here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the app. Now, as mentioned, the application is in its early stages. So this is a test version that I'm operating for the purpose of this video. So this will be sort of a brief preliminary look. I'm gonna click start, later, Bluetooth, allow, okay. Scanning, I'll pop this open. Ooh, that was fast. Confirm. And once again, we have our instruction that was inside the paperwork telling you how to interact with the earbuds. This is a kind of cool aesthetic inside of here as well, showcasing the battery life on the case and the left and right earbud. I'm gonna go ahead and try them on right now. Now for me, the medium ear tip is likely what I'm going to leave on because this is a pretty nice and comfortable fit at the moment. Here are some device details and settings available within the app. You have in-ear detection, the ability to find your earbud. This is where you're going to do firmware updates as well, and the application, of course, will be available for both iOS and Android. And here are some other settings for personalizing your sound. Noise cancellation, transparency, and off completely. There's also light and maximum settings for the amount of noise cancellation that you want. You also have an equalizer built in if you want to change the sound to your preference, and also depending on the type of music that you like to listen to. So these are obviously special looking earbuds, and there was tremendous attention to detail when they put it together as far as how they wanted it to look, and the fact that they wanted it to look different and distinctive. They are earbuds after all. Now, I haven't had a ton of time to listen to them. It's kind of been a preliminary thing as I've been getting the software updates on the app, but I can tell you that up until this point, I'm actually quite surprised, pleasantly surprised with the performance at this particular price point. And there's lots of volume and lots of boom, which I think fans of popular music are going to be into. A couple more specifications here. Battery life. When it comes to active noise canceling, you have 4 hours and then 24 hours when you include the recharge on the case. If you need even more battery life and you want to turn ANC off, then you can expect 5.7 hours and 34 hours when you include the charge that's on the case. These are the numbers provided by Nothing. The battery capacity on the case is 570 milliamp hours. Now, when it comes to recharging, 10 minutes of recharge will give you an hour and 10 minutes of ANC off listening, or 50 minutes of ANC on. So right around an hour for a 10-minute charge. So you've got your fast recharge in there as well. When it comes to water resistance, you have that IPX4 certification as well. Each earbud weighs in at just 4.7 grams, and this was another area of focus for Nothing. They've got pressure relieving vents in there and an ergonomic fit. So the goal here is to provide less fatigue than you might be used to with your current set of earbuds. The driver inside the earbuds is 11.6 millimeters, and the EQ on the buds was actually dialed in by the guys at Teenage Engineering. They tweaked both the software and the hardware for a balance between the bass, mids, and treble performance. So the Nothing earbuds are going to be available in a limited drop starting the 31st of July. That's on nothing.tech. And then there's open sales starting August 17th across 45 countries and regions, including the UK, US, and Canada, both at nothing.tech and other retailers. And quick reminder, if you want to get your hands on them even sooner, then don't forget the giveaway that's happening right here on Unbox Therapy. Go check the giveaway video. We have 50 exclusive pairs to give back to you guys, so good luck. Thank you to everyone who joined me here today for this exclusive launch on the Unbox Therapy YouTube channel. Not just for a new product, not just for the Ear One, but also for an entirely new tech brand. That brand is Nothing, and it's not every day that we get a new brand in the space. Exciting times. I'll catch you guys on the next one.